Okay, guys, welcome to another week of summer school. Multiplying, dividing rational expressions. Before I start, I want to remind you, I made a bunch of these already for you a week or so ago. They're right there in my assignment section, classwork section of Google Classroom. They're also posted in my new YouTube channel, Ormsby Math, as it's called. Ormsby Math, O-R-M, M as in Mary, right? Or Mike, S-B-Y, Ormsby Math. Since I had to reset everything, I lost my other channel or access to it somehow. Anyways, multiplying, dividing, guys, first step you always do is factor everything. So if there's one thing you're going to get better at this week is getting better with your factoring. So if you look at what we have here, 9 we can't factor, m plus 3 we can't factor, m minus 2 can't be factored, but this we can factor with the X method. So I know I need a negative 6 for a product. I need a positive 1 in the middle. That means 3 times 2 is 6. To get the 1, I need 3 minus 2. So I have a 9 over m plus 3. That doesn't change. Now, since it's divide, you have to remember to change the times and do the reciprocal here. So m minus 2 now is in the denominator. And this we're going to factor, which we did right here. That goes in the numerator. And that's how you factor or do divide, guys. You do the reciprocal, and then it becomes a times problem. So notice I have m plus 3 divided by m plus 3, which is 1. I have m minus 2 over m minus 2, which is 1. And so all I have is 9 times 1 times 1, which is 9. All right, let's do another one. We have another divide. What is the first step? Factor everything. So the 9 stays a 9. This is a GCF. I can divide by 5. So I'm going to divide by 5, and I'm going to get, what, 7p plus 10? Let's double check. 35 plus 50. We have a divide, which we change the times. Wait a minute, we're dividing by the same thing. Guess what? We're going to get a 1, aren't we? But let's say we didn't notice that. The 9 now goes in the numerator. This we factor in the denominator. We're going to factor out a 5 again. So 7 times 5 is 35 plus 10. Notice, guys, 5 over 5 is 1. 9 over 9 is 1. 7p plus 10 over 7p plus 10 is 1. Everything simplified to 1. All right, let's do another one. Another divide. First, we got to do a X factor there. So I need a 56 product. I need a 15 in the middle. 7 times 8, 56. 7 plus 8, 15, right? So I have b plus 7 with a b plus 8. B plus 2 can't be factored. B plus 7 can't be factored, but I'm going to do the reciprocal, right? Guys, only do the reciprocal in the second fraction with a divide, by the way. I'm going to make it into times. Divide became times. And this I do the reciprocal. So b plus 2 is now in the numerator, right? Let's see what happens. B plus 2 divided by b plus 2 is 1. B plus 7 divided by b plus 7 is 1. As long as you take an expression or term in the top, guys, and match it up with something in the denominator, you could simplify it. Notice the only thing left is b plus 8. Everything else became 1. Okay. This one's a times, so it's actually a little bit easier. I'm going to do the X here. I need a negative 42 with a negative 1 for my sum. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. So far I have b plus 6, b minus 7. The denominator also I need to do an x on. I need an 8 for my product. I need a negative 9 for my sum. I'm going to do 1 times 8, 8, and then negative 1, negative 8 make negative 9. So this is b minus 1, b minus 8. All right. We have a times. That's cool. So we don't have to do the reciprocal. B minus 1 can't be factored. It stays in the same spot. Now that right there, guys, hopefully you recognize as a GCF. I'm going to factor out a 5b squared. Everyone agree I could divide by 5 and a b squared. So I know that b times 5b squared is 5b3. I have a plus. Watch your signs. And this I can get if I do 6 times 5b squared. Now let's see what happens. B plus 6 divided by b plus 6 is 1. B minus 1 divided by b minus 1 is 1. And that's it. In the numerator, I have b minus 7. I'm dividing by b minus 8 times with a 5b squared, which I'll throw in front. But that's all you could do on that one right there, guys. It's b minus 7 over 5b squared times b minus 8. And normally you won't have to distribute that 5b squared. Leave it factored. All right. This is another times. 8 I can't factor. 4m squared I can't factor. I have a times. This I can factor. I'm going to do a 4m squared. M times 4m squared is 4m3. I have a plus. 8 times 4m squared is 32m squared. Now I'm going to do the denominator. That one's an x. I need a 24 with 11 sum. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 plus 8 is 11. Good. So I have m plus 3 and m plus 8. Again, if you're getting lost, it's most likely, guys, you're struggling with your factoring. You got to practice your factoring this week for sure. There's no way around it. Now let's see what happens here. I know m minus 8 divided by m minus 8 is 1. 4 over 4 is 1. m2 over m2 is 1. So the only thing left, guys, is an 8 divided by m plus 3. All right. Oh, we're back to divide. So notice, divide, guys, I'm doing the same thing as times, except by doing the reciprocal on the second fraction. That's it. So 10x I can't factor. This, though, I can do a 2x GCF. So x times 2x is 2x squared. Plus, if that was a minus, guys, I'd have a minus down here, right? 2 times 2x is 4x. The divide means this goes in the denominator, and this goes in the numerator. And if I factor that out, I'm going to get 2x again, right? That's x plus 2 once again. Now let's see what happens. 2 over 2 is 1. X over x is 1. X plus 2 over x plus 2 is 1. X over x is 1 again. The only thing left, guys, is 10 over 9. Okay, guys, I'm not going to do them all. Again, after I'm done with this video, obviously study, practice what we're doing in this video. But I have at least a couple other videos on multiplying, dividing I made last week. Look them up in the stream there. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a 2. Can't factor that. 8v minus 24. I can do a GCF of 8. So 8v minus 24. Notice the minus here this time. Divide means times. If I put this down here and this up here, now I'm going to GCF the 8. V times 8 is 8V. I see a minus. 1 times 8 is 8. Now let's see what happens here. V minus 1 cancels out with V minus 1 to 1. 8 cancels out with 8 to 1. And that's it. My answer is 2 divided by V minus 3. Okay, guys, maybe one or two more here. This one right here, I'm going to do an X, right? I need a 3 for my product, 4 for my sum. So that's simply 1 times 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. So I have X plus 1, X plus 3 so far. Now I'm going to do an X on this as well. I'll do it down here. I need a 5 with a 6. So that means 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 6. So I have an X plus 1 and an X plus 5. It's a times, so this stays up here, this stays down here. All right, X plus 3 over X plus 3 is 1. X plus 1 over X plus 1 is 1. The only thing left, guys, is 1 times 5, which is 5, divided by X plus 5. If I'm going a little fast, guys, pause it, rewind it, watch it again. But the key thing is you got to be able to X factor, guys. You got to be able to GCF factor. And to be honest, I'm surprised there's no difference of squares or anything in there. Most likely there will be. All right, one more. That stays the same. That, of course, you can't factor, stays the same. It's a times. So I'm going to leave this in the bottom. I'm not going to do a reciprocal. That's with divide, not times. That right there, I know I can factor out a 6V. So V times 6V is 6V squared plus 7 times 6V is 42V. Let's see here. 6 cancels out. The V's cancel out. I'm left with simply V plus 7 times 1, which is V plus 7, divided by V plus 10. So, guys, there's still a few more that you have to do on your own. Please practice your factoring. Get good at it. Watch the other videos I made on this last week as well. And that's it. So remember with times, guys, factor everything, simplify. With divide, factor everything, but then you have to do the reciprocal on the second fraction. All right? I'll see you guys around.